No one can speak for a woman like a woman. Who we are can't be articulated by anyone but us. Society preferred us to be seen and not heard. And I think it was because there was this recognition, if we heard what they had to say, we might be in trouble. We lived in the Cabrini Green housing projects. You had extreme racial segregation, extreme poverty, like concentrated on top of each other. And it always felt like you were imprisoned by where you lived. And it was scary. I had been sexually abused and assaulted as a child. And so my mother was very mindful that she wanted me to be safe in our home. So she often slept on the floor of our apartment so that I could have my own room. She told me, because you are a Black girl, your life is going to be difficult. And the choice is yours of how you tackle it. And there was a challenge to that, to prove to the world what I had to offer. When the judge came out, everyone had to stand up. And I was like, I want to be a judge. I want people to stand up when I walk into the room. And my mother said, you have to be a lawyer first. I was one of them. I mean, these are kids who were in our foster care system because their parents were struggling with mental health issues, with drug addiction issues, living in extreme poverty. And so it almost felt divine when I was able to say, you're not gonna shortchange these children because you don't think that they have potential. I mean, that thing about our belief in who deserves safety was like front and center in that job. I thought the power was in the state's attorney's office, and I wanted to have that power. I think it was audacious to say that I'm gonna go up against my boss, but I thought we aren't doing things the way we should be doing them. I think we can do things better. The campaign trail was hard. I was flat out sexually harassed, having people treat me like a piece of meat, having people discredit my value and worth was horrifying. How do you tell your daughters if you lose? And that sometimes you have to put everything that you value on the line for a greater good. But I didn't want to have that conversation. I wanted to win. I asked myself a lot growing up, why is this happening to me? And I thought when I got into the state's attorney's office, this is why. I knew that our criminal justice system was broken. Men and women who've been in prison for decades for crimes that they didn't commit, and the horror that that is. How do we allow that to happen? It's easier to blame bad people for doing bad things than to talk about failed systems that continue to inflict harm on community. We are losing the possibility that dies on our streets when we leave these communities behind, and that's on all of us. I think there are things that we can do. I think it starts with having women in senior leadership positions. And I would fight tooth and nail to make sure that we give women the opportunity. Your experience is yours, but whatever has happened to you happened so that you can uplift others, and people are counting on that. Just go for it.